Okay, here's the thing. Sometimes we want to walk around smelling like a delicious dessert item. I'm talking baked goods and pies and lemon tarts, all of the things. Well, it just so happens that Alt Fragrances came out with a 7-piece dessert collection that's meant to do exactly that. Once you wear these fragrances, you're gonna have all the boys up in that lemon tart. So let's break down all 7 of the dessert collection fragrances. Okay, so like I mentioned, there are 7 different fragrances in this dessert collection from Alt Fragrances. So every fragrance in this line are going to be Extrait de Parfums, which means the projection is going to be much stronger, much more noticeable. Fragrances tend to be much longer lasting because they have a higher concentration of the fragrance oils. We are going to start off with Cinnamon Roll. In my opinion, this is one of the best in the collection, and none of these that I'm going to be talking about are in any particular order. We're just going to grab them and go and give them a smell. Oh, this is absolutely a fresh cinnamon roll. You get that warmth, that sweetness from like the icing, the sugariness of it all. I mean, it's a cinnamon roll, for God's sakes. Of course, it's going to be sweet and delicious. The thing with this one too is it smells amazing, but it's super wearable because sometimes I feel like you run the risk when you're wearing very gourmand or food inspired fragrances where, you know, they smell amazing, but you wouldn't want to actually wear them walking around. And I really don't feel that way with any of these. This really just smells like more of a mature, delicious, sweet treat in a bottle. It was the very first one I actually smelled from this collection. I love it. I also think what would be great about cinnamon roll is pairing it with other fragrances, and not only just in this collection, but in general. So anything that's like vanilla based. For me, I think something strawberry based would actually be kind of fun with this. So like maybe Strawberry Sensation from Okja and Paul Reacts. That would be a great one to pair with cinnamon roll, but on its own, it is so delicious and super sweet. Next up, we have Coconut Macaroon. Now, Coconut Macaroon is not my absolute favorite out of the 7 because if you know me, you know I do not like coconut virtually anything. I mean, it takes a very specific type of coconut and type of concoction, and depending on the product for me to like it. Like body lotions usually are okay for me, but in fragrance, I don't love it. Now with this one though, I do get some like fruity vibes out of it, just a little bit. And there's some warmth and there's a little bit of like robustness from like some of the other notes in this that's probably meant to complement like the macaroon part of it all. But you definitely pull the coconut right away. I feel like it's the note that you pull the most. But I will say that with this one, I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I wouldn't traditionally wear this fragrance personally because of everything just mentioned, but the coconut in it is not overwhelming. So that's my thing. So if you don't like coconut, don't waste your money on this. Regardless, there's other options for you. But if you do love coconut, you'll like it. And if you're kind of like in the middle, like some people are where like, don't love it, don't hate it, I still think you'd be okay with it because there are other notes pulling through outside of just the coconut. It is pretty balanced, so I will give it that. But at the end of the day, out of the 7, it's lower on my own personal list. Next up, we have Almond Croissant. I was actually very surprised with this one out of the 7 because to me, I think it's the strongest or one of the strongest scent profiles in all of them. I don't know, I didn't feel like something like Almond Croissant would be that impactful, especially as a fragrance, and I was certainly wrong. It is, oh my God. I mean, it is strong. To be quite honest, it's almost a little too strong, but if you really want to smell like a bakery item and you want something to take a good old bite out of your ass, this would be the one for you. It is rich, it is buttery, it is flaky. I mean, truly, if you went and took out a fresh almond croissant out of the oven and you smelled it, that's exactly what this smells like. And it's weird to me because what I pull the most is the almond, of course, but it's like buttery. Like it smells like something that would be buttery. And it's so weird to me that they were able to encapsulate that in a fragrance. Like it's kind of crazy to me. But it is a very, very flaky, kind of rich almond. It's a little nutty. Again, more than anything, it's really, really buttery. So I don't know. It's very hard for me to describe because it's so peculiar. But if you like those types of, bakery scents, like I said, almond, and just kind of like, I don't know. I mean, it literally just smells like an almond croissant. I don't know how else to describe it or what to like compare it to. I mean, if you want to smell like an almond croissant, this will do the trick. And if you don't wear it. This is also not one that I would typically wear in general because it's not my preferred scent profile. But for what it is, I'm very impressed because it is quite literally an almond croissant in a bottle. Next up, we have Vanilla Crème Brûlée. Now, if you know anything about me, you're gonna be like, of course, you're gonna love Vanilla Crème Brûlée. Yeah, and you're right. I've worn this a couple times. I've smelled it more than a few times. It is delicious. I love a good gourmand. I love a good vanilla, sugar, caramel, sweet, delicious, delectable, all the things, all the adjectives. Now, I don't really think I've ever smelled a fresh creme brulee before. Maybe. I know my husband's had one before, but I never like sat down to like sniff it. But this is probably what I would assume it would smell like. This is very wearable. It's very sweet. The vanilla is not overwhelming. Like some of the caramel notes in it aren't overwhelming. It's kind of milky, but it is sweet. It's pretty balanced in my opinion. Again, this is something that's very wearable. And like I said before, like that's something that's super important to me. There's no point in having a fragrance that smells incredible in a bottle if it's not something you'd actually want to wear on your body. This is something you'd want to wear. I would say that this is not like the strongest vanilla-based fragrance I've ever had, but certainly not the most like underwhelming either. It's kind of like in the middle. So if you want something that is just more kind of toned down, but still sweet, vanilla-based gourmand, vibes, I think you would like this. Again, what I also really like about these dessert fragrances, specifically from alt fragrances, is that I feel like the vast majority of these could go together very well, because I would pair vanilla creme brulee with something like Strawberry Shortcake, which is what we're going to talk about right now. Strawberry Shortcake was another one that I was very, very excited to try, because again, love me something fruity, love me something sweet, and I was a little surprised by this one, to be honest. Okay, so this, to me, smells semi-artificial, semi-synthetic, but not in a bad way, because sometimes I describe fragrances as that kind of like synthetic smell, and then sometimes something smells like fresh, like a fresh strawberry compared to like a synthetic strawberry smell. To me is very different. This is borderline synthetic, which to me, for this specifically, is a good thing, because I feel like they wanted this to smell like very nostalgic, and you really get like a strawberry shortcake vibe. And I feel like if this were to smell very like genuine strawberry, based, you're not going to get that strawberry shortcake vibe. So you get some creaminess from this. It's a little milky. It's definitely balanced. It's sweet but not overwhelming. Now, would I describe this as being more of like a mature strawberry fragrance or like more of a juvenile one? I would say it definitely leans more on the juvenile side, because it's kind of a synthetic, scent profile. But I love it. I think it's really, really delicious. This is something that I would wear on a daily basis on its own or with something else, but I definitely would wear this. So this personally, I really, really love. I think if I could change anything about this, I would probably make it a little bit more vanilla-y. Like I'd want some more vanilla in it, and I'd want to pull a little bit more vanilla, because I feel like that's what would give me the shortcake part of the whole strawberry shortcake vibe. So I feel like that's the one thing that's missing. I really get strawberry more than anything, and it is kind of creamy, but like I personally would want some more vanilla to pull through, but overall it's great. Next up we have pistachio baklava, and I'm being completely honest, I had really no expectations for this one. It's not something that I would normally buy. It's not something I would think that I would normally wear. The scent profile, none of that. So I was very interested when I went to smell this for the first time. It's really not bad. Like, it's not my preferred scent profile, but that doesn't mean it's bad. There's good, there's bad, which are both subjective, of course, and then there's like preferences. This is not something that would be my preference. It's nutty, but it's kind of like underplayed, so again, you get that like wearability out of it. But this would be something for sure that I would pair with like almond croissant from this collection specifically, or maybe the strawberry shortcake, because I definitely feel like it needs something extra. If anything, I would say that I would wear this more as like a skin musk, like a body musk, like after a shower, before bed. Just something, kind of underplayed, because, maybe at that point I don't want to smell really, really strong or anything like that. I mean, it's just not that impactful. And that's okay. Not everyone wants a fragrance that's like in your face, dramatic. Some people want something that's a bit more subtle, and that's what you get from this. Overall, you get a little bit of a creaminess. You get a little tiny bit of like a muskiness, very, very low level, and you definitely get some nuttiness out of it. But it's fine. It's not something that like super excites me by any means, but I'm not disappointed in it either. And last but certainly not least, lemon tart. I love a good lemon tart. I love lemon, virtually anything. Oh my gosh, lemon bars. Could somebody come over and make me some lemon bars? Because I haven't had those in like 20 years, and damn, I love a good lemon bar. Anyway, this video is not about my food preferences. This is perfection. I'm telling you, this is perfection. If you want a bright, crisp, refreshing lemon fragrance, I'm telling you right now, it's lemon tart. I feel like what I get from this, because I have had actual lemon tarts, I feel like the lemon tart themselves, usually because it's like a lemon custard, it's a bit more like zangy, a little bit like tangy, if you will. And I feel like I really do pick that up in this fragrance. I get the lemon. It reminds me of a lemon head, like the candy, but like creamier. So this is very nice. Again, this one would pair very, very well with almond croissant, strawberry shortcake, maybe even the pistachio baklava, but I'm not sure and I don't want to test it out right now, to be honest. But I will continue wearing this on its own on a regular basis. I've used a decent amount of it. It's really nice. Okay, so now that we went through all of the fragrances in the new Alt Fragrances Dessert Collection, I would love to know your thoughts. Do any of these surprise you? Are there any that you think you'd really like to try? Or maybe you are like, absolutely not, it sounds disgusting. Do you think there are other dessert-inspired fragrances that they should come out either with this line or maybe an additional line in the future? I wanna know all your thoughts. But with that being said, that's all I have for you in today's Alt Fragrances Dessert Collection breakdown. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up down below. Don't forget to click that big red subscribe button so you can join my YouTube family, of course, and I'll see you guys in the next one.